So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our collective worship for today. I hope you all had a lovely weekend and enjoyed some getting out and having some fresh air. It was a bit cold and fresh, but it was nice to be outside. So today with our collective worship, and I'll share the screen in a minute, we'll start, as we always do, with, hold on, there we go. So we'll start, as we always do, with, oh, just need to get it up. There we go. Technical problems. Okay, so we'll share the screen, and we start, as we always do, with lighting the 3 candles, and we light these candles in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So with our collective worship today, I'm going to be thinking about something that probably lots of you are finding at the moment. For some of the teachers in school, for some of the children in school, for me, it's this idea about don't give up, and good things will come to those who work for it. So we're going to be thinking about that because lots of you are going to be doing lots and lots of things differently, facing problems that you may not have faced before. And like I said, that's not just the children, that's all of us as it stands at the moment. We're all struggling to find these new ways of learning and having to move forward in a different way. And so today with our collective worship, we're going to be thinking about this idea about hard work and dedication, and more importantly, not giving up when things get a bit tough. And to start with, we're going to think about this picture, which I'll put up here. And who is this? So some of you might be able to sit there and go, "Oh, I know who that is. I know what he is." And it's also, what does he like to do? Well, there's a little bit of a clue in this bit here of what he likes to do. And there's a little bit of a clue up there about what he's doing. But some of you might not know who he is. So he is obviously enjoying the fact that he likes cycling. And more importantly, we can see there it's the Tour de France. And his name is, and it's always a tricky name to pronounce, is Geraint Thomas. Geraint Thomas, he achieved something amazing, because what he did in the summer of 2018, in July, he became the first Welshman ever to win the most famous cycling race in the world. So we look at this picture here as we go back, and this is the Tour de France, which is like the top race that everyone wants to try and win when it comes to cycling. It's like winning the Premiership if you were a footballer, or swimming the Channel. It's like it's the most incredible thing you can do, the top of your game when you do it, like getting an Olympic gold medal, or something like that. So it's something that all people who like cycling, particularly if they compete, want to try and win. And he did it in 2018. Geraint Thomas became the first Welshman ever to do this as part of the Tour de France. Now, obviously, he didn't just wake up and decide he was going to go for a bike ride, and it ended up being this Tour de France. Geraint had to work to get to that stage over many, many years. So like you, at school, when he was at school, he found something that he really loved. And like some of you as well, when it may be who likes playing football or likes doing hockey or swimming. Lots of you swim, I know. And it could be something like that he decided that he enjoyed. And then he decided that at the age of 10, after going to his local velodrome, which is this thing here, which is an inside arena or an arena where people cycle, at the age of 10, he saw one of those and decided that's what he would like to do. And actually, very soon, he started winning races and events so he could see that he was good at it. But being good at this, inside going around a track, wasn't good enough, because like most cyclists who compete, they wanted to be the best that he could be. And he wanted to be the winner of the Tour de France. But before he could go any further, Geraint needed to do something a little bit different before he could get there. He needed something else, not just a bike, not just all the gear. He needed something else. And it was this word here, perseverance. So I had to look up in the dictionary what the meaning of perseverance was. And they define it as the persistence in doing something despite the difficulty or delay in achieving the success. And that means something that you do that you're maybe not getting right straight away, but by keep trying and sticking at it and doing it over and over again, you achieve your success. Perseverance. Now, I know lots of you are needing perseverance at the moment when it comes to doing your home learning or remote learning, because it's a really new, different way of doing it. And trying to remember all the many things that we have to do when it comes to the remote learning. You're going to have to be persistent and obviously persevere in what you're doing. That's one of our values as a school that we look into. And it's one of those things that you can do. And I promise you, the more and more you do it, the harder and harder you try, you will achieve, and it will start to become a little bit easier when it comes to doing this remote learning. And hopefully it's not going to be forever. So things will return to normal. But if you keep trying, I know it might be tough sometimes for all of you. And I know the teachers are struggling sometimes to get everything on. And we're trying to work with recording messages for you. And we're trying to find the best way of doing that. But we're all sticking with it. We're all sticking at it. And hopefully we'll start to see some really good results. And I know when I've seen some of your work that's been uploaded, that some of you are really succeeding in that as well. But, you know, all of you can keep trying and it will get better and it will get easier. But this is this word perseverance that we're talking about. Now, when I talk about Geraint Thomas, this is one thing that he really did need to have, because when he did, like when we think about, and if we come back here, when we think about perseverance, when we think about somebody who's at the top of their game, or they've achieved the top accolade, or you know, they've achieved the best they can. And you think about somebody like, even someone is like Ed Sheeran, for example, and we see him in the charts with all of these songs and all of the great music that he's producing. And we think about him and as his success now. What we don't stop to think about really is how hard he worked to get there, because that's the difference. Because lots of these people that have achieved these high things have actually got there because of the hard work and perseverance in the beginning. And if you see or read anything on someone like Ed Sheeran, you can see that at the beginning he didn't get a lot of success. He didn't do very well, and there was I think a video on YouTube of him at about the age 9 or 10 recording his first song, and he played it, and it was a terrible song, and it was not very well sung, not very well played. But that didn't put him off, and obviously this is what he wanted. Now, the same can be said for Geraint, really, because what happened was Geraint entered the Tour de France in 2007. So that's when he first started. And out of the 141 racers that took part in the race that year, he finished second to last. So obviously it wasn't a great success for him. It didn't, you know, after winning so many things locally and nationally, when he entered the Tour de France, which was the race he wanted to win, he didn't win it. He actually came second to last. Now, at this point, he might have thought, and some of us might have thought, well, that's pretty tough. With all those races, I'm never going to win it. But he didn't give up. And using that word perseverance, he decided that he was going to continue. And then he was back in 2013. Geraint finished the Tour de France, helping his teammate to the first place position. And he was also doing that whilst riding with a fractured pelvis. So again, not giving up. Although he didn't win it, he did do a bit better and also helped his teammate get the first place. Then we talked about his fractured hip, his fractured pelvis. Obviously, over the next few years, he had lots of other obstacles in his path, not including his fractured pelvis. He had some other broken bones. He had some falls, as well as bike issues where his bike broke and he wasn't able to win. But it wasn't until 2018, so obviously more than 10 years. Some of you would be doing your maths. Hopefully you can tell me exactly how many years. He won the Tour de France. So right back in 2007, when he started, he could have given up, but he didn't. And then more than 10 years later, he managed to achieve the yellow jersey and stand on the podium in first place for the Tour de France. Now, he didn't give up, and it was that perseverance that we talk about that gave him the most prestigious prize in cycling world. So it's a huge achievement for him, but it was only one that he got through hard work and dedication and commitment. I want you to take a bit of time now to reflect on that. So obviously, when we think about the Tour de France and the yellow jersey, that's what you get when you win either a leg or a stage of the race. And most people are happy if they actually just achieve the yellow jersey for one of those stages. So obviously, when you win it and you get the yellow jersey for the whole of it, it's a huge achievement. Now, what I want you to think about when this bit of reflection really is thinking about a yellow jersey. So this is what you get when you've won the Tour de France and you stand on the podium. Now, lots of us will have a yellow jersey, not necessarily a yellow jersey literally, but actually in our mind. So it might be something that we are aiming for. So it could be, and I know sometimes I talk to Jacob from 6G, and Jacob talks to me about the fact that he wants to get a praise certificate on a Friday afternoon. And I know he's always aiming to do that, and he always works really hard and shows great work and perseverance in trying to get that. And that could be your yellow jersey, or it could be that you want to win the trophy at your local swimming gala, or get the 200 meters award or something like that. Some of it could be trying to get your 1,000,000 words certificate for accelerated reader, or getting your 50 merit or 100 merit points. So these are different yellow jerseys, and everyone has a different one. And that's what I want you to think about in this bit for reflection is what is it? What prize is it that excites you the most? What is your goal or dream? And what is it that you strive for? Take a moment to think about that. And when you thought about it, just remember, obviously, we all can't win the premier prize in cycling. We can't all get that yellow jersey. I love cycling, as you know, and I set myself a challenge. But I know that I'm never going to win that premier prize, that yellow jersey. I'm never going to be able to achieve that. Yeah, you know that I've set myself a target to try and achieve 40 miles each week and things like that. So you know that I've set myself a goal. And that's maybe for this year. And then people have longer term goals. So some of us think about a career or job that we'd love to have in the future. And like mine, some of us think about goals that they want just right now. And it could be that being chosen for a sports team, being able to play striker or goalie in your local team, whether it be moving on to a next reading stage in your books, and maybe a new friend, or climbing a particular mountain that you want to climb, or walking up the top of Brent Knoll, or swimming, for 200 meters. Lots of us will have short-term goals and long-term goals, and that we can set our mind on it. And it's about the fact that we keep that word in our mind, which is perseverance, and keep going, because when we get there and when we achieve it, it is a most amazing feeling. When I finished the year after doing my 150 miles, and in the end, I think I cycled nearly 4,000 miles in the whole year, I had a huge sense of achievement. When I finished my first 150 miles in the beginning of December, and I knew that I'd done my achievement, it felt amazing. And that's what it's about when you put all of that hard work in. And what is it you need to make you to persevere and keep these things going? And it's about having that dream, the one thing but that's not enough. It's about, we don't just wake up and achieve something, we have to work at it. So it might be that you wake up one morning and you go, I want to play for, I don't know, Bristol Rovers. I want to play for Bristol Rovers, and that's all I want to do. And it could be you wake up that one morning and that's what you want to do. But you're not going to walk out and then go and play. You have to put the effort in and work hard to get there. And then when it came to the Bible, in the Bible, Paul wrote about the many times he described what it meant to be a follower of God. Now, on one occasion, he said that we know that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance character, and character hope. And Paul knew that being a follower of Jesus would be tough, and that it would require a lot of perseverance. And that was the sort of perseverance Geraint Thomas is a great example of, because he struggled through all of the difficult times that he had to do, kept his focus on what he wanted to achieve, and then he got it. And that was a great feeling for him to achieve. So just before I finish and we finish with our prayer, just want you to close your eyes a minute and then have a think. Think about, what do you hope to achieve? Think about what you need to do to help you move towards those hopes for the future. Think about, is there anyone that you could talk to about your dreams who might be able to help you? But really, most importantly, think about the fact that persevering isn't easy, but there's a huge sense of achievement when you keep on trying and you don't give up, and when you achieve it. So if you want to stay with your eyes closed for a moment and place your hands together, we'll finish with a prayer. Dear God, thank you for Geraint Thomas and his example of perseverance. Please help us to try hard to achieve our goals and our dreams. May we find something worth striving for, not give up easily. Help us to see obstacles as opportunities, and help us to never give up trying to do our best. Amen. Okay, so I'll stop sharing for a moment. So thank you for our collective worship for today, and I hope you all found that interesting, and also, more importantly, that real important word that we talked about, which was perseverance. Keep that one in your head when it comes to doing all of the work that you're doing at home, because you are doing a brilliant job in a really difficult situation, and you just need to stick at it, and things will start to get easier, I promise. So as for me, it's goodbye from me for now. I'll be back tomorrow with another collective worship. Take care, look after yourselves, and stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.